Bears Capital here, along with other Bears fans, and this is going to be the first ever Bears Capital podcast. Today we're going to start off by talking about what all went down today in free agency, all the transactions that were made, and yeah, it should be a good first episode. So today, one big transaction that happened was Robert Quinn got signed to the Bears on a 5-year, $70 million deal. Also, Bears cut Leonard Floyd, who only had 3 sacks last season, which wasn't cutting it, so they got
rid of him.
What's had to make
options on the deal?
I don't know. Nick, we got Nick here, big Bears fan. What do you think of the signing?
I think great signing.
Great signing?
Great signing.
Good signing. Definitely going to help.
Good sacks.
Good
pressure on the defensive line.
Great. He's going to definitely help out on the defense.
It's going to make Hicks and Goldman work, too.
If you have Mac on one side. You got Akeem Hicks as well. That's taking up a lot of, offensive linemen. Take care of those two. And then you just got Robert Quinn on the other side. Just destroying. So we got Owen here, another big Bears fan. What do you think of the signing, Owen?
So I think it was a good signing, but for the 5 years, we gave him $70 million.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we don't really have all that room and cap space.
Agreed.
We don't have that much money to pay. So they may have paid him a little much, but
I
I
agree.
still think it was a good signing to upgrade our line.
Yeah, maybe a little too much because there's also,
Quinn has a very good upside.
he's upside, but there's a lot of other needs the Bears need right now in offensive line, quarterback, but
I got
a lot
Robert
of
Quinn's stats pulled up right here. 29 years old. 20. What year would that have been? That would have been 2013. 2013 and 19 sacks.
That's
huge.
Mm-hmm. That'll definitely hopefully that translates.
But 15-16, what year was his shoulder? At the start of this year, he fractured his hand, missed the first 2 games. So we just got to watch out for that.
Mm-hmm. Got to watch out for injury.
In 2016, he had a shoulder injury, missed a few games for that.
Another player the Bears signed was Jimmy Graham. They signed him to a 2-year, $16 million deal. He's 33 years old. He's a little old for a tight end, but a lot of Rodgers didn't really use him a lot last year. It seemed like, but Ryan Pace, I guess, knows what he's doing. A lot of people preferred Eric Ebron over Jimmy Graham to sign. I mean, both probably would have had similar contracts. But Pace decides to go with Graham here. Kind of a bold option, and the man who's 33. We'll see what happens. The Bears also have Trey Burton, so we'll see about that. Cutting him, he's a lot in cap. He has a lot of cap. So cutting him would definitely benefit us, from the recent signings we made with Robert Quinn. And I'm interested to see what Pace will do there. But Jimmy Graham, kind of a gamble. He had 38 receptions, 447 yards, and 3 touchdowns for the Packers last year. So we'll see. Hopefully, he does a little better than he did with the Packers, but we'll see. Wait and see. Jimmy Graham, pretty good signing. Next, the Bears did say goodbye to Nick Williams, Nick Kwiatkowski, and Chase Daniels. Nick Kwiatkowski, he signed a 3-year, $21 million contract with the Raiders, $13.5 million guaranteed. This was expected for Bears fans due to Danny Trevathan's that we re-signed him. Nick was a little younger than Trevathan. You can argue that Trevathan probably should have let go of him, but Kwiatkowski, he's gonna be a great player for the Raiders. He's definitely gonna be missed, but Trevathan's been here a while, and he knows what he's doing with this defense. So, good luck in Las Vegas, Nick. Another Nick, Nick Williams. Nick Williams got signed to the Lions, 2-year, $10 million deal. Roy Robertson-Harris will likely be back unless the team wants to spend a second-round pick for him because we tendered him. but Nick Williams is a decent player. He had a decently good season last year. I think he'll do good for Detroit. Unfortunately, our division rival, but thank you, Nick, for years of service, and good luck in Detroit. I guess not too much luck though. We need to win some games against Detroit. Another player that moved on to Detroit that was on the Bears is Chase Daniel, our backup quarterback. And this is a bold move by the Bears, in my opinion. This means that they're definitely going to get a new backup quarterback. To be determined on who that is. A lot of the market is kind of low right now. But yeah, Chase Daniel, 3-year, $13.05 million contract with the Lions. And the Bears are now in need of backup quarterback. So that'll be interesting to see who the Bears get. They were going to get Teddy Bridgewater, but he signed with the Panthers, unfortunately. They need a backup quarterback. They definitely do. A lot of people saying that Trubisky isn't that good, or not going to be a franchise quarterback, or maybe he might be gone next year. He needs to have a good year this year to prove those people wrong, and to bring us back to the playoffs, which I think this team can do. But a backup quarterback never hurts, and I think two options right now available, probably Cam Newton and Andy Dalton. Cam Newton, they just signed Teddy Bridgewater. He's looking for a trade. 2 months ago, there were talks about him maybe coming to Chicago in a potential trade. I don't know how much we'd have to give up, but that's an option for Ryan Pace. Andy Dalton in a trade, another trade, unless the Bengals decide to release him. It could be an option. But yeah, backup quarterback is definitely needed in this situation, and I think it'll definitely help Trubisky and have some insurance just in case he doesn't perform as well. Another player that just got released by the Eagles, Malcolm Jenkins, that he could help us on our defense with a safety, and potentially if we'd let go of Clinton-Dix. He's been around the league for a while. He's really good. He was a star of the Eagles' defense last year. Definitely help at safety if the Bears do decide to get him, and to decide maybe not to spend that money on a quarterback. Another option would be Nickel Roby-Coleman on the Rams. They just released him. Corner help is definitely needed with the releasing of Prince Amukamara. I know the Bears have they acquired Trey Roberson from the CFL, and then they still have Kevin Tolliver, I believe. So if the Bears do not sign someone like Nickel Roby-Coleman, expect those two to battle it out. But definitely having an extra corner would be helpful. So those are a few of the free agent targets that the Bears might need. And that's going to do it for this first episode of Bears Capital podcast. Make sure, good talk. A lot of moves happening. Definitely should subscribe and stay tuned for more podcasts. Follow at Bears Capital on Instagram. And
hopefully more to come.
Yeah, more to come. Bear down.